Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're doing another one of our Christmas Battleforce box breakdowns for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Today we're going to be taking a look at the GLOOMSPITE GITZ Stampeding Squigalanche, by far the coolest named of the Christmas box sets. So the GLOOMSPITE GITZ is the faction. This box set specifically is just composed of all Squig units. Now some of these Squig units have goblins riding them. Now, technically, this is not a legal army, but the GLOOMSPITE GITZ Codex or Battle Tome is coming out very soon, and GW has already disclosed that there will be a way to take an all-Squig army. So I suspect that this will basically make up that first half of the army, and then potentially two of these or an expansion could give you a full legal army of all Squigs with a couple of goblins wrangling them up. So that being said, let's jump in and take a look at what we have here. So right off the bat, we have two Mangler Squigs that can potentially be built as a loon boss on Mangler Squig. And then we have a regular loon boss on Giant Squig right here. And then we also have 10 of our Squig hoppers. And we have 12 of the Squigs. And that includes two little goblin wranglers for them. And that's our Squig herd. So let's take a closer look at what comes in the set, the points, and kind of break it down. We're not going to be talking about value in this video. We do have a video breaking down the value of all the sets as well. Most of them save you roughly like 35 to 40%. So they're very, very good deals over MSRP. But this video is going to focus on building an actual army with this box set and where to go after this box set. Alright, so we're going to start off with our Squigs. So first we have the Mangler Squig, or potentially you can build it as the Loon Boss. Now the difference between these two is this one is built as the Mangler Squigs, this one is built as the Loon Boss. There's not a ton of aesthetic differences. There's a little bit of extra armor here on the face and stuff, and then a little bit of a difference on who's actually on top. You can see the Loon Boss's weapon right here. So if you build it as the regular Mangler, it's going to be 250 points. If you build it as the Loon Boss on Mangler Squigs, it's 270 points. And each model is actually like two big Squigs, obviously. So that's going to give you a big chunk of points right there with those two beasts. And then we next have our regular Loon Boss on the Giant Cave Squig right here. 110 points for him, no options. And then we also have our 12 Squig herd for 140 points. So we'll see it's actually composed of 10 Squigs. And then we see two little goblin wranglers. The one right here has like a little pokey grabby stick. And then this one here has a special goblin instrument to, get the Squigs to do whatever they want, I guess, or at least try to. And then finally we have 10 Squig hoppers right here. Each of these is a goblin on top of a Squig. Pretty cool units. Obviously, this one has the best name of all the Christmas battle forces by far. Stampeding Squigalanche is super cool. And then obviously, Squigs are by far the coolest unit in the game. None of the other Christmas battle forces for Sigmar or 40k include Squigs. So by default, this is obviously the best box available this Christmas. Maybe even ever. So that being said, when we total up all of these points, let's take a look at what they offer us. Alright, so total points for this box set is between 930 and 970, and we know the only real options that we have is whether we just take a regular Mangler Squig or the Loon Boss on Mangler Squigs, and it's 20 points apiece. So not a lot of options there, which is not necessarily a bad thing, as there's definitely some cool units in here. So next, the question is, do we want to add a start collecting box to this? If we bought this set or we already had the start collecting GLOOMSPITE GITZ, is this going to be a good army? So let's take a look at that. Alright, so here we are over on Games Workshop's website, and we have the start collecting GLOOMSPITE GITZ. And this setup right here is going to include a single Loon Boss, just a regular Loon Boss here. And then we also have 10 more of our Squigs with the two little guys, the little Wranglers. Similar to the box set itself. And then we see 3 of the rock gut Troggoths. So those are basically just like, rock trolls. Overall, pretty nice set right here. It does have a little bit of redundancy with the actual Squigs, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So the Loon Boss is 75 points, the Squigs are 140, and then the rock gut Troggoths are 145. So this box set is actually only about 360 points, and there's no actual options to it. So it is a little on the light side, but I think it's a nice box set. The rock gut Troggoths are pretty cool. They add a little bit of durability to your army. Obviously, the Squig herd is very good as well. The Loon Boss is okay. It's not bad to have one on foot, but honestly, if we already have a Loon Boss on Mangler Squig, possibly 2, and then on top of that, we have a Loon Boss on Giant Squig as well, You know, 3 loom bosses is probably a little bit much. So if we just jump back over here and take a look, start collecting box, yeah, I like that. Combined, what's the total points? If we take one of this box set and then also the start collecting box as well, we have 1,290 points to 1,330 points. So really nice setup right here. Quite a bit of options. Obviously, we could take out some units. I would definitely say that's the way to go. It's worth keeping in mind, though, if you're going to go for the all squig army. We don't know exactly what the options are going to be. There is a possibility that you won't be able to take the Rockgut Tragus in it. I doubt that, but this isn't technically going to be like a traditional GLOOMSPITE GITZ army because it's going to use like special all squig rules. And we've only just had like a little spoiler from Games Workshop on that. We don't know any of the details. So that being said, we have also the option to just double down, do multiples of this box. And honestly, I think that's a really good way to go with. Multiples of this box is going to come out to 1,860 points to 1,940 points. So it's basically a full 2,000 point army. Maybe add in like 1 or 2 more units. And depending what you're interested in, what direction you want to go with, maybe you want to put some of those Tragus in. Maybe you want some of the sneaky snuffers, or you want to have another unit of something else. There's a lot of options for you depending on what is available with the new book. So the truth is, we don't know exactly what the options are going to be, but I have a feeling if you want to play an all squig army, 2 boxes of this is going to be perfect, and then you can add in a little something extra if you need to. But overall, really cool set right here. Definitely the most character of all the box sets. And being able to double down on this for 2,000 points, or being able to get the GLOOMSPITE GITZ start collecting as well as this, pretty cool. Now, what if you didn't want to build an all squig force and you were fully prepared to go with GLOOMSPITE GITZ? You just want to be like a squig heavy army. In that case, I think the start collecting box is still great and goes perfectly with this Battleforce, but then you would have to fill out the army with some of your compulsory choices. So you only have 2 actual battle line units in this army from the regular book. Now, again, the new book's coming out here, so maybe that changes, or the configuration. But if you were just going off what's available right now and how you build your army, you had the option of either shooters or stabbas. And the difference being the shooters have a ranged weapon, little bows, and the stabbas have little spears. So if you wanted to go with the GLOOMSPITE GITZ army, you wanted a ton of squigs in it, but you were still going to use some of the regular GITZ as well, you would want to go ahead and get at least 3 of those battle line units. So they come in groups of 20. You could have 20 shooters and 40 stabbas, or however you want to do it. As long as you have 3 battle line units like that, that's going to give you a legal 2,000 point army with everything here. From there, there's quite a few options, and you could basically fill out your army however you wanted, but that would at least allow you to use this box set to create a legal army, potentially even 2 of these box sets, or 1 of these and these start collecting as well. So with the new Battle Tome around the corner, obviously everything is subject to change, but I have a feeling that this is designed kind of with the idea of what's in that Battle Tome, and likely 2 of these boxes is going to give you the better part of a 2,000 point army for a pretty fair price as well. So that's it for this Christmas box breakdown. Let me know what you think down below. If this is your faction, or you know a little bit about it, or I said something wrong, please let me know in the comments as well. That helps other people that find this video. But I think overall, this is a cool box set. It's definitely got the most flavor to it, and you could do it either way. Either double down on this, you could buy 1 of this and fill out your army however you want, or it would definitely pair nicely with the start collecting as well. And with the Battle Tome around the corner, fresh rules, I'm sure this army is going to be very fun, very exciting, and very competitive as well. So that's it for this Christmas Battleforce box breakdown for the GLOOMSPITE GITZ, the Stampeding Squigalanche. If you haven't checked out the other videos, make sure to check out the Warhammer 40,000 as well as Age of Sigmar breakdown videos. We do them not only for the actual rules like this and building an army, but also for the price as well. That's it for today. If you enjoyed today's video, if you're into daily reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, Horus Heresy, pretty much any of the Games Workshop games, make sure to like and subscribe. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.